Hi, my name is Hannah from Italian Permaculture. We are here today in Vaglia on a piece of property of 6 hectares that we are currently trying to buy, and I would love to show you around and show you why we think this is going to be our future home. It is a mixture of old pastures, completely abandoned for at least 2 decades, but probably much longer. Some ancient hedges, about a hectare of forest, and some gorgeous cypress trees like Tuscan landscape should have. Let's go. Alright, let's show you the property. So in orange is the outline of the property, and we're going to start over here on the highest point of the property, and you'll see some donkeys there. We walk down here through this opening in the hedge, along this hedge to the future house site. Then we will walk down here, walk out from here, see the hidden meadow, the forest, walk around the bend over here into the olive grove, walk up here, show you the olives, and then we walk through to the back pasture into the forest, and that's the whole property. Now we're on the highest part of the property. This is the entrance, and there's a little farm way down here, and the neighbors are having their donkeys grazing here. But there's essentially 2 pastures. One is until this little hedge here over here, and then where the donkey is walking over there, there's a different one starting over there. So up here, pretty much around here, I'm planning a pond system, and then swales along this way. I'll show you on a map in a minute. And then lower down there, there's going to be about a half hectare, so just over an acre and a quarter, that will be devoted to goat pasture for our milk does. But you can really see a beautiful view from here. Alright, so now we walk to the end of the upper pasture, and we walk through a gorgeous hedge into what we just now call the upper cypress pasture, and you see why. Because our neighbor has a gorgeous row of cypresses planted, and down there is going to be where we tractor the chickens, and up here where you see the car, this is where a good entrance point is to the property. And up on this field over here, we're going to have a community space, the processing for the chickens. We hope to at some point have even a place where we can hold a permaculture design course, or we can have just people come together and just be part of the farm, learn and do workshops together. Okay, so now we're leaving the upper cypress meadow, and we're going to walk along this beautiful hedge, and we're going to just take the bend over here. And you see the lower cypress meadow, or the lower part of this. And this is actually where we're planning on having the house. And I'll show you why in a second, because there's something really neat hidden in there. And I'll show you the view in a second, but essentially if you look from there, it's beautiful mountains, gorgeous cypresses. It's where our chickens are going to be. Alright, let's head down there. Alright, now we are at the future site of the house that we want to build. And the last time I talked to you, I was standing right up there, And the highest point is right behind that hedge and up the mountain a bit. As you can see, there's going to be beautiful south exposure and sun the whole entire day and still a gorgeous view. But let me show you why we picked this particular spot, other than being shielded from the neighbors and giving us some privacy and having the most beautiful view on this property. So come with me and I'll show you. So I just climbed my way through here, through the thicket. And we're going to clean that up a bit. But I don't know if you hear this, but there's a spring, an actual spring. And the way we found this spring is a really cool story, which I'll share with you in a minute. But this is Lifeline. Alright, right now we're at the bottom of the street, and before we go and head over to the olive grove, which I just showed you was going to be on this side, and the house is going to be here, I just want to show you from the bottom of the street all the 2 hectares that are going to be devoted to raising pasture-raised chickens. So all this, we're going to have Joe Salatin style tractors or other systems that are similar and that really are going to allow us to raise very healthy, nutrition-dense chickens here. So while we walk down the street, I'm going to show you a little gem, and then I'll tell you the story of the spring. So at the very bottom of the property is a little forest. We right now call it Ben's Forest. And there's this little hidden meadow that's bordered by a hedge. And it's in rough shape. I mean, it hasn't been improved for years and it's been used as a pheasant hunting ground. But we hope that one day we'll have a geodesic dome here and that we're going to be having people come over and stay and enjoy sustainable agriculture and really experience what it would be like to live on a permaculture farm here in Tuscany. Alright, so let's head over to the olive grove. And on the way, I would like to point something out to you. We are just about to approach the hedge that is on the other side of this hedge. And there is a little bit of water runoff here. Which Snicket is drinking from. But we noticed this when we actually walked the property with Lorenzo Costa from La Scocesa, and he noticed that the water got a lot more once we hid about over here. So this is still the same runoff that I just walked down on, but as you might be able to see, and I don't know if you can hear it, but that's the spring. That's all the water coming down from the spring and literally just going into a ditch and down the river, merging with the river, and it's at some point going into the Sieve. But we're hoping, since this is beautiful mountain water, that we are going to be able to use it as drinking water. Alright, we just walked down this little road. That's the bottom of the property. This is the Ben's Forest, and behind it is the hidden meadow, and I just showed you this runoff from the spring. So we're just going to take this little street around here. Look at all this water just going away. Permaculture's dream. Alright, so let's go into the olive grove and the home for the future turkeys and sheep. So I'll walk you up there and I'll show you what it looks like up there. Alright, now we walked up to the olive grove. You can see about 40, somewhat mature, some are not, definitely not so old, but 40, 50 years old. Some of them olive trees here. And then there's a field down here. At some point we're going to make a cut through here so you can easily come through from the house. But this is where we're going to have turkeys and hopefully at some point some sheep taking care of this. Alright, here is the back pasture. It's just simply the last field, very on the west. This is about 6,000 square meter, I think. And then we have another like hectare of forest about just past that big oak tree there and all the way up here. Let's go have a look because there's another little surprise. Alright, here we are at the bottom of the back pasture and I'm heading into the forest. And as you might hear in the distance, there is a little seasonable stream. So let's go have a look. It's a big hunting day today, so I don't want to climb into the forest too far. But I don't know if you can see all the way down there at the bottom. There's a beautiful little stream. Can you hear it? Alright, and at some point the girls want to have a swing from here and build a little fairy garden or fairy playground here. It kind of felt like a very special place here. Alright, so that's the tour. That's all I had to show you today. Now we're heading back up and I hope you join us next time and we'll talk about all the rainwater catchment and the swales that we are going to try to implement here.